"Why Kenya?" I asked. While he was thinking of his answer, I looked out the window. We were in a birdhouse in a tall tree. The latch on the window was too high for me to reach. Even if I could have reached up and pushed the window open, I wasn't too thrilled about wriggling down the tree from that height. They didn't teach us how to do that at worm school. Laurence was looking at his belly again. Why did he keep looking at his stomach? Was it because it was large, or was it because he was hungry? I decided to keep talking to distract his mind from food thoughts. "Tell me what it is about Kenya that you love so much." Laurence sat up. "I'll show you," he said, reaching for a glossy travel book from a pile of books on the floor. He opened it. "This is the Masai Mara National Reserve. Look at these beautiful, wide, open plains. There are so many animals that live in the nature reserves in Kenya. You just don't see animals like that around here." Laurence flipped through the pages with photographs of lions, elephants, zebras, and wildebeest. He stopped at a page that had pictures of pink birds with skinny legs. "This," he said, slamming his wing on the page dramatically, "is why I need to go." Laurence looked at me. "Do you see what I mean?" "Yes," I said, nodding in agreement, pretending to understand what he meant. "Thank you. I'm glad you can see it too. That I am actually a flamingo." "A flamingo," I repeated firmly, trying my best not to laugh out loud. Laurence doesn't look anything like a flamingo. He looks like a chicken. "I don't belong here with ordinary birds. I belong here." He paused to read the caption at the bottom of the photograph. "In the Lake Nakuru National Park with other flamingos. That is my real home, and it is the only place where I can truly be happy." He slammed the book shut and clasped his wings together. The thing that stopped me from laughing at Laurence was the fact that I was in a very bad situation. At any moment he would remember how hungry he was and slurp me up like a piece of spaghetti. I needed to use every part of my worm brain to come up with a cunning plan to escape from the birdhouse. Instead, I accidentally blurted out my worst fear. "Are you going to eat me for breakfast?" "Probably not," said Laurence, sighing. "It feels funny eating you for breakfast now that we've had a conversation." I almost felt relieved at this, but I was not reassured by Laurence's use of the word probably. Keeping the conversation going seemed like a good idea. "What's to stop you from flying to that park in Lake Nakuru?" I asked. "I told you. I can't read a map. I don't know the way," said Laurence, standing up and facing the wall, unable to meet my eyes. I wriggled across the floor to where he stood and said softly, "Laurence, you must follow your dreams. If Lake Nakuru is where you belong, then surely there will be a way for you to fly there. There will be a way." It suddenly felt like we were in a movie. It was an excellent movie. If Laurence did fly to Kenya, then he wouldn't be able to eat me for breakfast or lunch or dinner. "There must be a way," I continued. "You just need someone to read a map for you." Laurence sighed, then looked at me with those intense eyes. "Tell me about your hobby again," he said, beckoning me to sit on the sofa. I was a little worried about the look in his eyes, but thought it might be best to keep talking. "I like digging holes in the mud. It's very relaxing, and I make escape tunnels to interesting places, like near a tree, so that I can eat apples that have fallen on the ground. Or near the compost heap, which is fun. It's a bit like going to the beach, and—" "Don't you get lost when you're underground?" asked Laurence, interrupting me. "It must be quite dark down there." "No, I always know where I am. I just kind of feel it." "That's that, then," said Laurence, laughing triumphantly and clapping his wings together. "That's what?" I asked.